Now here it gets more difficult. We need to compare 2/3 and 4/5. But we can't change thirds into fifths. 5 isn't a multiple of 3. So when one denominator is not a multiple of another, you need to change both fractions. So we need a number for our denominator, which is in both the 3 and the 5 times table. 15 is a multiple of both 3 and 5, so we can find two equivalent fractions with a denominator of 15. We need to convert both 2/3 and 4/5 into 15ths. 3 times 5 is 15, and 2 times 5 is 10, so 2/3 is the same as 10/15ths. 5 times 3 is 15, and 4 times 3 is 12, so 4/5 is equivalent to 12/15ths. And because 12/15ths is bigger than 10/15ths, we know that it must be larger. So we were comparing 2/3 and 4/5. We divided 2/3 into 10/15ths and 4/5 into 12/15ths, and that way we knew 4/5 was larger, even though we didn't need to draw out the fraction like we have done here. So now which is larger, 3/4 or 5/6? Well, 6 isn't a multiple of 4, so we will need to convert both fractions. 12 is a multiple of both 4 and 6, so we can find two equivalent fractions with a denominator of 12. It's always best to find the lowest common multiple of both numbers, so the lowest number which is in both times tables. So that's why I'm using 12 rather than, say, 24 or 36. So let's find our equivalent fractions. 3/4 is the same as 9/12. 5/6 is the same as 10/12. So we know that 5/6 is the larger fraction. So we can see, if you split 3/4 into 12ths, you have 9/12. But if you split 5/6 into 12ths, you have 10. So 5/6 is the larger fraction. So now pause the video and see if you can work out which is the larger fraction here. 18 is a multiple, it's the lowest common multiple of both 6 and 9, so we can find two equivalent fractions with a denominator of 18. 5/6 is 15/18. 7/9 is 14/18. So because 15/18 is obviously bigger than 14/18, 5/6 must be bigger than 7/9. And you can see 5/6 split into 18ths gives you 15/18, while 7/9 split into 18ths only gives you 14/18. So we know that 5/6 is larger